I said I wouldn't do a video on this, but I think I would after all. Um, I have a picture of a man who, by the way, I did one uh, nail model like this. I did one other, and I want to just change his look up a little bit by giving him dreadlocks. The one that I did before, he had shorter locks, and I want this one to be longer. So I'm just basically going to do the same thing as I did before, where I'm going to use my hot glue gun and just take little sections and dab some glue on his scalp, and then add the yarn, which I'm going to use as his hair, because it's a nice texture for adding like hair to this kind of project. So that's what I'm doing right now. So you can come along with me as I do this. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on it. It's not very hard. All you're simply doing is adding the yarn, which we're going to use. I've pre-cut the yarn previously, and so it makes it easy. I could just grab and go. And I want to get the first layer as close to his hairline as I can, just to build on it. We don't need a whole lot of glue, just a little dab, and then we just apply the yarn to the area that you place the glue on, and just wait a couple seconds, and you could then just apply some pressure, and voila, it's done. So I'm going to start in this little section. As I go further up his head, I want to make sure that I don't have any spaces. And if you let the glue cool off for a few seconds, it's usually much easier to handle or deal with after you let it. That way you won't have a whole lot of glue marks by the time you're finished. And I wouldn't worry too much about the glue marks right now because it will be covered. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm just adding as I go up his hairline. It's a plus really to pre-cut this yarn, because all I have to do is grab and apply some pressure, and voila, it's done. Like I say, if you give it a couple seconds, which I'm not giving it long enough, but since it will be covered, I'm not too worried about this part. It's actually pretty easy to do. It goes by really fast. All I do is apply a little pressure, and there we have it. After it's dried or cool down a little bit, just keep going up, adding more. I get so anxious and eager to just apply pressure that sometimes I don't give it enough time to cool down, and then we end up with glue marks, which I hate glue marks. So this is what, but it will be covered, the glue marks, I promise you. All we need to do is just keep adding, and it will be covered. I can't wait to actually finish with this style, because I have like several styles that I would like to do with his hair after it's completed. Which will be pretty cool. We want to make sure we apply a little bit of pressure so that we don't have hair coming up. But you could pull it and it won't be going anywhere. So that's why we apply a little bit of pressure. See, you can't even see the glue marks anymore. So I'm going to start in this section just to fill up that area. See, once it's pre-cut, it goes by pretty fast. And I can't wait to style his outfit too. That's the other thing that I'm really excited about, because I want something to be like really kind of African-y. He'll be wearing a dashiki or something, but he's gonna be an African model. And y'all are invited to come along for this ride. Pretty fast. Apply some pressure. Finish. Sometimes we have to wipe our glue gun so that we don't see any of these glue marks. That's important. So we just continue to go up the side of his head. We are almost, well, more than halfway through this style. weeks ago, I got burnt from a hot glue gun, and it actually took some flesh off. That was the first time that ever happened. It's awful. As a matter of fact, you could see it. That was the video. How it happened, I can't even explain to you. I think I just touched on the glue when it was on, and that did it. So that's why in all of my videos, I always tell people, be careful with this hot glue. It'll make you see stars. Oh, and by the way, after I'm finished, I could easily untwist these, and then he'll have like a curly, but curly hair. But I don't want to untwist them. I want them to be locks. So I've used this type of hair, the yarn, as hair for some of my other divas when I'm doing like up styles, and it's very easy to use, very easy to style, and so this will be one of the first choices. That I say, it's inexpensive, it's also very easy to apply, and I mean, what more? What else can I say? I was somewhere and somebody told me that they didn't realize that it was yarn until I mentioned it, and that's how much it resembles hair, and that's why I use it so much, especially with the guy styles when I do haircuts and all of that stuff, because it makes for good cutting as well as making it look like an afro, curly afro, or locks, or whatever haircut. I just like the style hair, so that's what I do. And by the way, that's what I did before I started my career. I was a hairstylist for a long time, and so some of these styles that you see that I do are some of the styles that I used to do when back in the day. The creativity during that time was through the roof. Love to do hair. This glue trying to fight with me, but we ain't fighting today. No. I don't feel like fighting with this glue today. So I'm just going to clean up my fingers a little bit so that the glue don't keep sticking to my fingers, and this is what's creating the mess. Okay, so I've been working to kind of save some time, but this is what he's starting to look like. You can't see any glue marks. Take it a little closer so that you can see it. And see how long it is. He has long locks. Ever so often you have to clean your fingers from the glue, trying to apply pressure. So basically that's what I'm doing. And what I try to do is get the yarn as close to so that you don't see any spaces in between. And that's the secret about doing this. You have to get the glue as close as you can and the hair as close as you can to each other so that they could create that like the same direction, the same length, all of that stuff. Makes it easier to handle. Still a little hot, but don't you worry, we won't see any glue marks in the end. Just as long as you clean up as you go too, because there might be some glue that may have spilled over, so you want to try and deal with that while you are, ever so often you have to wipe your glue gun off because it's yarn. So it gets to the tip of the glue gun. So just clean it as you go, and that would help a long way in keeping everything nice and clean and neat. Glad that I cut as much as I did, pre-cut the yarn, because it helps with taking less time to do this. Since the yarn is already cut, all I'm doing is gluing, and that saves on some time. This part is easy. Just glue in, apply a little pressure, and that's it. Okay, I'm running out of yarn, so I am going to have to go and cut some more because I thought I had enough, but I just trying to work on the last part, which is closer to his edges, hairline. And we just continue to do what we were doing. And then you won't have to see the glue marks. You wait a few seconds. basically, when you see me get long like that, I'm jumping the gun, and I want to make sure that the hair sticks flat so that I don't have to breathe too much breathe anything and have to do a whole lot of cutting because I really don't want to have to cut any of the yarn. I can, but it's best to just try and get it done one time before you have to do a whole lot of cutting. That part could be avoided. So if I take my time and just get the glue, just apply a little pressure after the glue has cooled down, then it's so much better. To worry about it too much. We can take care of that. We can either paint it or we could just put some hair over it, and that will cover the blue marks. And then just put some hair over it, and we're good to go. That we are ready. Making sure that all of it is completed. Voila. Look at him. So all we have to do is look for this little hair that are sticking up, and we're going to get a little clip, and that's it. There's not a lot really that's sticking up. And here you have it. Total change of his appearance. This is so cool. Ain't he cute? I like him. He's so cute. Alright, so we are going to put some clothes on him. I'm going to dress him up, and then I'll let you see the final product. Okay, I'm going to let you see the final touches of what I'm doing with Mr. Dreadlocks hair. And just basically, I already chose his outfit, army green, and then I'm just looking for a way for his chain to be worked out somehow. Just cut this hair